to let you know that this whole entire recipe that I'm doing, including the pouring temperatures, the type of wicks I'm using, where I got the tins from, everything that you need will be found in the Patreon. I do these videos on YouTube and they go straight to my Patreon, and they get the wick sizes and everything like that. The Patreon is only $10 a month. So you got unlimited access to classes, some vendors and stuff like that. If you're on the second level, if you miss a live class, you can always get the replay. So there's so many benefits on the second level. They get vendors and stuff like that where they can get cheaper fragrance. I mean, guys, listen, if you have not taken advantage of the Patreon, I don't see what you're waiting on. All right, guys, so I will put the link to these tins inside of the Patreon, okay? Because you have different tins. You got 8 ounce, you got 4 ounce, you got 16 ounce. There's so many different types of tins, so I'll definitely link that in there. We're gonna be working with some wood wick, guys. So these wicks are a little bit different than the average wood wick that you would buy. Normally when you buy a wood wick, it's like basically one and you get a clip. No, these are like back to back. So you get 2 for 1 tin, okay? So this is quite different, and that's why you get a better hot throw out of those. So that's why I recommend these. So we're gonna be doing these in soy, and we're gonna be doing them in parasoy, guys, okay? So all of your pouring temperatures and everything like that, that will be found in the Patreon. Guys, I'm gonna link just a simple video that I have in the Patreon so you guys can make a basic candle, get all the knowledge. I don't have to put all the pouring temperatures and all of that kind of stuff in every post, because you guys know I have Zooms and stuff like that, and we go over this information all the time. So I'm going to link that in the Patreon. I'm not going to put pour at this temperature, add so and so at this temperature, stir for 2 minutes. I'm not going to do all of that. I'm just going to put the video in there so you can go as a student, and that you can basically take that knowledge from that video and apply it to your candle making, okay? Because we go more in depth in those classes. All right. So you're going to take 2 clips, 2 metal clips, and you're going to take both of these wicks. You're going to put it together like this, okay? And then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and put this inside of the clip, okay? Now, you could just kind of just sit it down on an angle and kind of ease it in there, but just make sure when you get it in there, everything is straight, okay? So it should look just like this, okay? Everything should be straight, everything should be even. One shouldn't be taller than the other. It should be straight, okay? All right, so we're just gonna sit that right there, and then we're gonna do the next one. All right, so I have both of them finished, okay? And they are nice and even, all right? And when you put these inside of here, you'll notice that they're just a little bit taller than the vessel. That is fine. We're just going to trim it down. We don't have to do like too much cutting. That's the good part about it. It's just a little small trim, and we're going to go from there, okay? All right, so the next thing you will need is your hot glue gun. If you're using hot glue gun or whatever you're using, some people use the dots and stuff like that. It's totally up to you what you feel more comfortable with using. Me, I have always used a hot glue gun since day one. It's actually my favorite thing to use. It's more convenient for me because I could just buy the glue sticks from Dollar Tree. Guys, so I'm taking the temperature of my wax. Oh, I gotta let this thing cool down just a little bit more before I go and add my fragrance. So I will be right back. Stirred it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into my vessel. But first, let me take the temperature and make sure. Okay, it's a good temperature, so let's go ahead and pour it into our vessel. And I'm gonna just pour it up to the line that's at the top of the tin. So I'm just gonna pour it into that fill line. So we are finished with our wood wick candles. As you can see, this is a nice, beautiful top. It's nice and flat, and that's the way you want it to be. So this is going to be my test burn one. This is going to be the one that I actually keep. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a test burn. So I'm going to trim the top of this wick. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to test this now. We're going to do what we call an abusive burn. Normally, abusive burn, you burn it as if you were the customer. We tell our customers to burn it for 4 hours, but most of the time they burn it for just 6. They can even burn it up to 8 hours. So we're just going to let this burn just to see how I do an abusive burn and take notes and everything like that. So this is day 2, and the candles are finished. And if you follow all the instructions of the Patreon, like I said, you will have a nice, smooth, beautiful top, nice cold throw, and amazing hot throw, okay? So I'm gonna put everything in the Patreon. I'm gonna do the test burn inside the Patreon, guys, so you guys will know exactly how it's gonna burn. We're gonna go ahead and conduct our burn right now. Okay, so I lit it and I have a little draft coming in, so it's just causing it to just blow and just look a little wild, but I just lit it, so we're gonna go ahead and let it burn for 4 hours. And I'm just gonna update you guys like every hour what it looked like and so on and so forth. Okay guys, so you know I'm breathing on the candle, so we're gonna have a little bit of a flickering going on, but that's fine. This is the first hour, and as you all know, whenever you use tins, within that first hour, you will get a full melt pool because it's metal and it's not really too much of a diameter for this particular tin. So we do have a full melt pool. It smells amazing. I smell it so strong. And I'm so excited about these candles, and I'm excited about you guys trying out these wood wicks for the first time, because a lot of people that I know generally only use cotton. So this is a really cool thing for a lot of people who want to switch over in their tins to a wood wick. So we're going to continue to test this. So far I'm loving it. We don't have any black soot or anything like that. Just make sure that you trim your wick to like a really short place. Like, don't leave it really tall. Like, this is tall right here, but we want to make sure that it's short starting out, because if you leave it long, it will give you some black soot and it will burn crazy. So you just want to make sure that you trim it, but not too tall. All right, if that makes sense. All right. Okay guys, so I burned this candle for 4 hours, and the flame did get a little high, so I ended up having to trim my wick, and that's something that is not normal. And if I had to sell it, I definitely would not sell it if I had to trim the wick. Now, I always do testing on everything I put out, and I'll tell you guys if it's something good or if it's something not good. The only way I recommend using these wood wicks is in a 16-ounce tin. The reason why I say 16 ounce, now it's not going to be 16 ounces of wax. Of course, it's going to be like 12 ounces of wax or something around those lines. The reason why I recommend doing that is because the diameter is wider. So when it gets really hot, you know, it's bigger so it can handle the heat. I did not have like a hot vessel to where as though like it was extremely hot, but I did not like the flame at all. I did not like the flame. So wood wicks is something that I'm not normally working with. I'm always working with cotton. So I did feel pretty uncomfortable with that kind of flame. And for me, for 4 hours, it shouldn't look like that. So I'm going to recommend using these wicks in a 16-ounce tin only.